Hey guys, Van here with another Battlefield 1 gameplay video. Today I wanted to give you my overall impressions of the beta, what problems I had with it, and what was great about it. In this impressions video, I'm not going to get too technical, although I will talk about some grievances with technical aspects of the beta, but I just wanted to give you more of a generalized idea from a big fan of the Battlefield franchise and a big lover of Bad Company too, and present and paint a clear picture of how the game feels overall and how much fun it is. Overall, I felt the beta was good. The thing that drew me in the most was that it felt like a return to form for Battlefield, because Battlefield 4, while a lot of fun and I put hundreds of hours into that game, it wasn't what it used to be. My favorite Battlefield game of all time is probably Bad Company 2. That game was unreal. I could not believe how much fun I had when I played that game. It was honestly a gem. And with Battlefield 1, I feel that DICE actually made great strides into going back to that sort of play style. More fun and more substance without all that extra content that's unnecessary. Like Battlefield 4 had hundreds of attachments. They were, for the most part, useless and not necessary. Look at Bad Company 2. Each weapon had maybe 2 or 3 attachments. That's it. You know, some different scopes, and basically that's all you get. And you know what? That game was amazing. It was super fun, super simple, and because of that lack of content, you were forced more to focus on having fun with the game, enjoying the game. And that's what Battlefield 1 is doing right now. And I believe that was the direction DICE was really trying to go with this game. Just increase the fun factor. Just make it fun. And in many respects, they nailed it. They really did. Granted, this is a beta, and we'll see when the full retail game comes out, but this beta is pretty telling. As much as I loved the beta, it certainly was not without its problems. And the biggest concern for me right now was the connectivity issues. And that is a scary thing considering what happened with Battlefield 4. I bought Battlefield 4 at launch, and my god, those servers were hell. Trying to connect to a game was crazy. There was insane rubber banding, and it lasted for a long time. The launch of that game was a mess, as many people know. And Battlefield 1 in the beta, there were times where I had to sit there, the home screen, it says I was not connected to the EA servers, even though my internet connection was solid, running fast, and I could not connect. I had to sit there, press square, and try and connect for at least 10 minutes. There were other times where I would pull up the friends menu and the game would freeze on me. And also in the beta there was no support for squads. In order to play with a friend, I would have to join in on his game. It wasn't too big of a hassle, but it definitely didn't work at 100%. There were times where it did not work effectively, and I couldn't join his game for what reason or not, I don't know. There were instances where there was rubber banding within games. There were many glitches, many character model errors. A good example is I would do a bayonet charge, and I even have footage of it, but I'll do a bayonet charge, and I actually went through the enemy character model. There were many small little tidbits like that, annoyances, but it wasn't overwhelming to the point where it detracted from the overall experience. It was still a lot of fun, even with the glitches and connectivity issues. And that's something that can potentially be fixed at launch, I hope. So I'm glad that they had a beta and they were able to stress test their servers. So it'll make for a cleaner experience and hopefully a better launch. Other things that were problematic with the beta were medics. I love playing as a medic. That's my second favorite class behind sniping. I've been playing as a medic since Battlefield 2, and I love playing as assault/medic in Battlefield 3 and 4. And in Battlefield 1 right now, it's broken. I didn't get revived one time during the beta. Legitimately not one single time. I found myself mashing the skip revive button more than actively seeking out a revive because no one would do it. And I felt mashing the skip revive button was the most efficient way to get back into the game quicker, which is kind of ridiculous considering the fact that Battlefield 3 and 4 both had great revive mechanics. And for Battlefield 1, the problem lies in that it's not an obvious thing. There's no icon, no symbol right now to indicate that a downed player needs a revive. And that's something that definitely needs to be incorporated into the retail game. Keeping with the classes, I found that support is also lacking quite a bit as well. I played a support maybe 2 times during the beta. I didn't find him completely necessary because most people were dead before they even needed ammo or before they used up all their ammo, which is support's primary purpose is to resupply ground troops. And it just wasn't necessary, at least not in the beta. And that's kind of like the same thing with the medic class. The revive mechanic, which is very, very important, very big mechanic, was just severely lacking. I found that the assault class was extremely useful, especially for close quarters combat around the sea area during Conquest. And they were very efficient at taking out vehicles as well. They had a lot of good devices for taking out vehicles. The AT rocket gun, rocket rifle, rather. They also had dynamite and mines. And the scout class was useful, picking off targets at long range. Everyone played as scout, though, as far as I could tell, especially during games of Rush. I'm sure anyone that played Rush that's listening right now definitely knows what I'm talking about. There would be like at least 8 snipers on the other team, and then 4 people actually playing the objective. But these are all just minor gripes with the classes and stuff that could be tweaked and fixed, hopefully by the time of launch. There were many things I enjoyed about the beta. Vehicular combat was great, even though some of the vehicles are overpowered. The light tank, certainly overpowered, but so fun to use. Absolutely destroyed infantry. Even at distances. It was great fun, but it definitely needs to be nerfed. Another thing Battlefield 1 got right, as far as I can tell, is Rush. Rush is now a good game mode again. In Battlefield 4, Rush was not that great, and I believe that was solely based on map design. The maps in Battlefield 4 were definitely designed with Conquest in mind, and then the Rush maps felt a little tacked on. And Battlefield 1 is, bringing up Bad Company 2 again. It's kind of taking a lot of hints from that game, making Rush fun again, and kind of designing the maps with Rush in mind, Rush and Conquest. And I like the fact that on Sinai Desert you had a big open area, and as you move to other objectives, it kind of closes in, gets you into more condensed areas and close quarter areas with the cherry on top. The last 2 objectives were in the little village area, and that was awesome. It was fantastic. It kept things flowing, kept things moving, kept stuff engaging, and well done, DICE, for getting Rush back on track. DICE also did a good mini fix during the beta to fix Conquest, because beforehand it went off of a timer, and if you played the beta on the first day or 2 and you played Conquest, it was on a timer, and the timer would be up way before anybody hit the cap. And games didn't last as long as they should have. And the mini fix that they did is that they went it off based off of score instead of the timer, which is way better. A great fix by DICE. I'm glad they did that. And I may be in the minority here, but I felt the high amount of points that you receive for actually capturing objectives in Conquest is a good addition, because personally, I mean, it feels rewarding, for one, and it also encourages players to actually play the objective, because if that's where you mainly get your points, you know, then you're going to have people capturing the objectives because they want to get to the top of the scoreboard and they actually want to contribute. And just getting kills, while also effective and useful, unless you're really good, you know, there's other means now to being an effective part of your team. I personally find that Battlefield 1, just based on the beta, is DICE actually listening to fans, because Bad Company 2 had a huge fan base, still does, and I think, you know, they realized they had something special with that, even if they've made public statements that they don't know what was so special about it. But with Battlefield 1, I can tell that they're really trying hard to get back to that level of fun that Bad Company 2 presented. Well, guys, that was my Battlefield 1 beta impressions video. Please give me a like or subscribe if you enjoyed it. If not, that's cool too. Please comment if you disagree with anything I said or you want to add anything. Till we meet again, friends.